Hi guys, Kitty here. I thought I'd do something a little bit different today, and I thought I would talk to you about my tattoos and piercings. I'm gonna start with piercings because those are the things I've had for longer. I want to start from the first one that I got and then work chronologically. We'll go from there. So the very first thing I got, like most girls, is I got my ears pierced in my lobes. I got them done, I think I was like 4 years old. From what I gather, we were out shopping for presents for my auntie for her birthday, and I wanted all of the earrings, so I threw a colossal temper tantrum. So my mum took me to get them pierced. They were done with a gun. They are wonky because they were done with a gun. They tried to do both at once and went 1, 2, 3. Didn't press them at the same time, and I moved. So one is slightly lower than the other. So I've had them done like 24 years. I've tried to let them close up by not wearing anything in them for years and years, but it just did not happen. Once you've kind of healed the gun piercing, I just don't think it ever wants to close up. So my next ones after that were the second ones in my ears. My mum and dad went away for a weekend, and I think I was 16 or 17. My auntie was in charge. So I convinced her that she wanted to get her ears pierced a second time so that I could get my ears pierced a second time, and that way I would be in less trouble. So that's what we did. Again, they were done with a gun. Terrible, do not get them done with a gun. But I've still got them, they're fine, and they're still there. Then I think the next one after that was my belly button. Again, I convinced my mum that she wanted her belly button piercing so that I wouldn't get in trouble with my dad, so me and my mum went and got our belly buttons pierced together. I think she went first because she figured if she saw me get it done she would wimp out, so she went first and then I got mine done. I got mine ripped out on the barrier at a gig, so once it had healed from being ripped out I got it re-pierced, and then I literally did the exact same thing again. I got it ripped out on the barrier at a gig, and I decided that, you know what, belly button piercings are not for me because I catch them on stuff and they rip out. So I've still got a bit of scarring and stuff where it used to be, but it's not there. I'm not really a fan of them anymore on me personally, so I don't mind that I don't have that anymore. Next one after that, probably my third ones in my ears. Again, they were done with a gun. They're all really wonky and like badly organised. Like the spacing between them all is totally different. They're just all really badly done because again they were done with a gun. I didn't know any better. I was about sort of 17 probably. I then got a fourth one in my lobe, but where it was like just where your ear is kind of going from lobe to cartilage, and it was awful. It didn't last very long. I had to take it out because it was just agony to try and heal it because it had just shattered the cartilage. It was awful. So next one after that was my first nipple piercing. So I was 18 and I decided I wanted more piercings, but because I live with my mum and dad and they didn't like piercings, the logical thing to do was get piercings but they couldn't see it. So I got my nipple pierced. I got a horizontal piercing through one nipple and got a ring, and then about 2 months later I went back and got a horizontal bar in the other nipple and switched the other one to a horizontal bar, so I had a matching pair. Then probably 6 months after that I went back and got verticals put through them both as well, so that I had little crosses in my nipples, which was really cute. But I just struggled to heal them. I think because I got them done in quite quick succession. I don't think the piercer really should have let me do that because it takes a long time to heal piercings like that. So they were just always a little bit of a problem. So I had those for a couple of years before I took them out. And then I just got the horizontal. I had one with a vertical bar and one with a horizontal bar, and I had those for a really long time. I don't have them anymore because unfortunately when I had my first hemiplegic migraine, the hospital thought I was having a stroke, so I had to have emergency MRIs, and I didn't have any bioplast or plastic jewelry to put in, so piercings all just had to come out. I had enough plastic to save a couple of piercings, but they were not ones that I saved, so do want to get them redone at some point. I just haven't yet. Probably after the honeymoon and things I will get them redone because I really love them. Then I think I got more ear piercings next. I think I got both of these ones done together. I have two in the cartilage in this ear. I think I got one done while I lived in Grimsby and then one when I lived in Norwich. I don't really remember, but I'm pretty sure I got the first one done in Grimsby and it was with a needle, and then the second one was in Norwich with a needle, and I got that at the same time as I got my nose pierced. So I was 21. I'd always wanted my nose pierced for years and years and years. I really wanted my nose pierced, but my mum and dad did not like piercings, so I waited till I moved out, respecting them, and I got it done like literally like 5 days after I'd moved out. It was one of the very first things I did, was going to get my nose pierced and also get another piercing in my ear. I think I also got the other side of my ear pierced not long again after that. I find cartilage piercings really difficult to heal, and it just wasn't having any of it, so I just took it out because I couldn't be bothered with the hassle of healing that. So then next up after that was my tongue. So when I got my tongue pierced, I only have one now, but I had two. I had one further down my tongue as well, right at the very front. I absolutely loved having two piercings in my tongue. It was so cute and so adorable, and I love it so much, and I really do want to get the front part redone. The reason that I had to take the front one out is when we weren't sure what was causing my chronic headaches and migraines, there was a thought that it could be because I ground my teeth so badly. So I had like retainers to wear at night, and because of the way that I ground my teeth, because I do grind my teeth, it's just not the cause of my headaches, the front tongue bar was catching on the retainer and it was tearing my tongue slightly, and it was really painful and just sore all the time, so I took it out. So I've just got the one at the back done, but I will get the one at the front redone because it was super cute and I felt adorable, and it's kind of slightly more unusual, so I like that. That just felt really cute. Next one after that was the other side of my nose. That lasted about a day. I swell so badly when I get pierced, and I swelled and my nose was just eating the stud, so it had to come out because otherwise it was just going to vanish inside my nose and cause a massive problem. One of my best friends is a piercer, she did it, but we just didn't have a ring or anything to put it in like 12 hours later because obviously we were no longer in her studio, we were at home, so she took it out for me and I just had to leave it. So if I get it redone, which I will at some point, I will need to put a ring in at least for while it's healing because that was a nightmare. It was such a shame because I felt really cute, like I liked being symmetrical and I loved it a lot, but it wasn't happening. And then the last piercing I got is probably one of my very favourites. It's slightly more subtle. When people notice it, they tend to freak out a little bit because I have a smiley. I have a purple bioplast horseshoe in it, which was really lucky for when I needed the MRIs and things, because that one was fine and I could save that one now. I've had that done for 4 or 5 years now, and traditionally it's not considered a very good piercing to have because it can be damaging to your gums, but because I have plastic in it, my dentist is more than happy for me to have it done. It's not causing me any problems. Because it's plastic, it is also not migrating because there is no weight to it at all. You know, it's a tiny little 0.8 horseshoe bar, and it has not migrated at all. There is still so much of because it's that little bit of skin between your gum and your lip, your frenulum, that's actually pierced. There is still like a good centimetre of skin underneath the piercing, so that one is going nowhere and I love it so much. I love that it's a subtle one and it's there for me, but then when I smile and it's like a really big genuine smile, there it is. So that is all of the piercings I have had, I think. I have also stretched my ears, so my lobes on both sides are 8mm, so you can see I've only got the 3 in that ear with the 8mm, and then in that ear I have 2, and then my 8mm lobe. My lobes have been bigger. One of them stretches super happily and it's absolutely fine. The other one really does not stretch at all. It hates it. So 8mm is just where it's at for that lobe, and I wanted them to be even, so I just downsized with the other one, and it downsized itself really quickly and I was back in 8mm, no problem. But it's fine because I was at 8mm for a really long time and I have a lot of cute plugs and hoops and things that I can wear again, so that's fine by me. There are piercings that ideally I would want, like everyone always talks about the migraines and the days piercing and stuff, and I think that would be really cute, but I'm partially deaf and I'm supposed to wear a hearing aid in this ear, so obviously you can't really have a daith piercing and have a hearing aid in because it's not going to sit right. So I don't want that. You know, as well, it's really adorable, it's not going to happen. Like I say, I want to get my nipples redone, I want to get my nose redone, I want to get my tongue redone, and that'll be me pretty happy. There's, you know, I love piercings, but I don't want too many because obviously they're all kind of in my face and above my neck basically. But I really love the ones that I have got, my smiley being my favourite one. So my tattoos, they started out as separate pieces that have now all been worked into one solid piece, and they are all by Keely Rutherford, who works at Jolie Rouge in London. I will leave a link to her and to the studio down below because she is amazing. All of her work is the really kind of new school trad work, and it's really girly and adorable, and as soon as I found her on Instagram, like, that was it. I knew that I was gonna get a tattoo from Keely. I had wanted a butterfly tattooed for a really long time as a memorial piece to a friend of mine that I lost when I was 17. We'd both always had a bit of a thing about butterflies, so it was the obvious choice of a tattoo for me. So I booked in with Keely and just sort of said I want a butterfly. I don't have any other requests other than a butterfly. And then about a week before my appointment, she actually posted a design she'd done of a butterfly and said, did anyone want it? And I was like, yes, I want it, I'll have that one. So it was a butterfly in a heart, and I got it on the back of my calf. I wanted it to be somewhere that would be kind of visible but also easily hidden if needs be. The pain was absolutely fine, like I sat straight away for the whole time. Like, it's a little bit more tingly when it was going up into kind of the skin towards the crease in your knee, but I really didn't think it was a problem at all. It's all kind of pastel colours, a lot of purple, mint green, baby pinks, things like that, and I think it's adorable, and I was so pleased that that was my first tattoo. I fell in love with my legs all over again because I was getting tattooed there, and as soon as I had that one, I'd always kind of said I would probably only maybe get the one. I wasn't sure what I would be like. The pain, as most people discover, tattoos are like Pringles, and I wanted more straight away. So I pretty much immediately booked back in with Keely to continue, and I said I wanted a full leg of moths and butterflies, and that's what I wanted, and that's what I'm working on still. So the next one that I got was actually a moth on the side of my leg. Again, similar colour theme, but this one was a moth instead. Is on the outside of my calf, so it's a bit more visible for me because, like, the first one, because it's on the back of my leg, I never see it ever. I know it's always there, but I never see it. So I was like, no, I want to get something on the outside of my calf, and I got a moth that time. And then the third one was on the front of my leg, and I was booked in for my appointment, and it was October. And the closer my appointment got, the more I was like, do I kind of want something slightly Halloween themed? I love Halloween. I love all the kind of kitschy tattoos and things at that time of year. Do I want something kind of tattoo themed? And then I got a Facebook message from Keely, and she just sort of said, you know, had an idea, let me know what you think. If you don't like it, that's no problem, I'll redo it. But because I'd given a pretty free rein with everything, she had drawn a design up, and she drew me what we call the Batterfly. So it is a butterfly, but the very top of its wings are bat wings, and it's amazing. It has a heart in the body, and it's so cute, and I fell completely in love with it before it was even on my body, and I was like, yeah, no, that is perfect, Keely. So that is on the top of my shin. That one hurt a lot more. Like, the second one was uncomfortable to get because of the way that I had to, like, position myself awkwardly to get it, but the one on my shin, that definitely hurt more. Your shin is, like, that much more uncomfortable, and then also as we got closer to my knee, it's a lot bonier and things, and it's just those little zaps that you kind of get as they hit nerves and things. That one was definitely the more uncomfortable one I'd had by that point, but again, it was like a 2.5–3 hour sitting, no problem. So then I got the fourth individual piece, again on the same leg, but this time I went on the inside of my calf, so there was kind of something on every side, and the one on the inside of my calf is another moth. I had a total blank then for a moment, that's terrible, isn't it? I went for another moth, and we did leopard print in it, and both me and Keely are huge fans of the film True Romance, so we did some pink leopard print in it because it's very Alabama whirly and it's adorable. It's kind of the traditional moth shape, but it's got the pink leopard print through it, and then again it's got the pastel blues and mints, and it is so cute. So once Keely had done that, it was like, right, I need to, it's like official, like, I'm gonna be a tattooed person. I need to think of a way of combining them all together. So I messaged Keely and said, like, I want to book him for a full day with you. I want my leg to start becoming a cohesive piece. I want it to be able to look that it's, like, finished after each session. I didn't want to come away with a lot of outline in case it would then be like 2 years or something before I could afford to actually book in to carry on. So I booked in for a full day with her, and we then added a ton of butterflies in, like big and little ones, some that are just outlines with negative space on the inside, and also a bunch of greenery to fill out the background. It's really cute. It's not finished yet. There's some work still to do on the back and on the inside of my calf. It's probably about another 6 hours work. 6 hours is definitely about the longest I felt happy sitting for. At the end of it, it was like, no, I need to stop now. I'm tired and I'm hurting, and no, I'm over it. I needed to stop. But I absolutely love the way that Keely combined it all together. She put a lot more orange into it and more purple, and the colours are just incredible. I will insert a video that is like a full rotation to show you the whole leg as a solid piece as it is right now. I'll also insert some pictures at the end of this that show you like each piece as I went along, and I'll try and put them in order so you can see each piece, and then you can see the actual solid piece as it is now with just the gaps that are on the like the back of my calf and the inside. Ideally I had wanted to get it finished before me and Stu got married, but that's just not happening. Weddings are expensive, and I did not have the justification to have another full day of tattooing, but I definitely plan to soon. It's kind of the next thing I want to save up and finish is my lower leg on that side, because then I can start plotting for elsewhere. I've gotten tattooed by Keely in Jolly Rouge in London, which is where I went for the full day, but when I was getting the individual pieces, I actually went to her while she was touring the country. She tends to do a guest spots at Loaded 44 in Manchester, and then I also went to Blind Eye in Leeds. Both of those are a lot closer to me than London is, so I would either drive over or Stu would drive over, because they're talking sort of an 1.5 to 2 hour drive. London is like a 4-hour trip on the train. So when I went down to London, I think one of the things that made it a lot harder for me to get tattooed was, while it was a double length session to what I was used to, I had done all that travelling. I had then stayed over. I had been and met a company in the morning for my blog. I'd done a few bits and pieces, and then like marched across London to go and get tattooed, and then I still knew I had to do that trip back that night, and then the train station where I parked my car is like half an hour away from my house, so I still knew I had like a drive to do after all that train journey, and I got back so late. But Keely is amazing. She's so lovely and so talented, and I'm so glad that my leg is by her, and I can't wait to book in with her and get it finished. In terms of the pain on that one, the really painful bits were when we were close to my ankle and it would hit towards the ankle bone, and then you'd really get those zaps of pain. But other than that, it was really, it was fine. It was just that bit that I found really painful, was kind of the constantly working on that, because we did a lot of outline and then coloured it in. It felt like we were going back and forth a lot, but that was the only bit that I found really, really painful. It's a little bit awkward sometimes, depending on how you have to lay or sit, to work on different parts of your leg, because obviously like the inside of your calf is a bit of a tricky spot and things like that. But Keely's really good with making sure that, you know, you're going to be fed, you're hydrated, and she's going to look after you and be really lovely. So I cannot recommend her enough, and like I say, all of her links will be in the description bar. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know it's something different to what I would usually do. If you did enjoy it, give me a thumbs up so I'll know to make some more videos like this. Comment, let me know what tattoos and piercings you've got. If you got anything by Keely, who are your favourite artists in the UK? I'm always looking for more artists to follow on Instagram. Subscribe if you aren't subscribed already, and I'll be back again soon with another video. Thanks for watching. Bye!